When I first interview Kristen Neidlinger, she tells me how I'm feeling. She says it looks like you're mooding.
You're pretty aesthetic, like pretty blissful.
I'm wearing a device she invented called a mood sweater. It's actually more like a soft scarf. The device translates the electrical properties on my skin into colors.
We have blue, which is like focused. Red is nervous, in love. And then a warm white, which is ecstatic.
When I tried on this mood sweater, I was nervous about what Kristen might see. I'm pretty sure I have some kind of deep-rooted anger. Maybe I'm even a little vengeful, but I don't want her to know that. Kristen is pushing beyond our human abilities and human instincts to communicate our feelings.
I think there's so much power in being vulnerable. It's so healthy because you can't bottle everything in.
This mood sweater is not the only technology designed to push the limits of human senses.
I started to think we were truly beginning to make ourselves into cyborgs by putting all of this technology onto our bodies.
Kara Platoni wrote a book titled We Have the Technology about transhumanists, biohackers, perfumers, picklers, and others trying to do just that.
It was almost a way to make ourselves superhuman and to kind of bypass the limits of slow, boring, clunky evolution by engineering ourselves better bodies.
At one point, she even turned into a cow. That is, she put on a virtual reality device that made her believe she was a cow.
Even though I had only been a cow in this virtual world for maybe 10 minutes, I really identified with this cow.
So there she was, a cow roaming in a happy meadow, when all of a sudden she heard a voice.
We want you to turn around and go back to where you started, because you're being sent to the slaughterhouse. And at that very moment, the ground started to shake, and there was the sound of a truck backing up, and it was incredibly scary.
The idea is that if you spend some time being a cow, you might empathize more with animals. Like the mood sweater, virtual reality experiments like that one are meant to hack our perception of who we are. But there are also people studying what happens when our sense of self comes apart.
Normally, if I were to ask you, do you exist? You would consider that a pretty silly question. I mean, of course you exist, and that's something we take for granted.
Anil Ananthaswamy is the author of The Man Who Wasn't There. He spoke with people who suffer from Cotard syndrome and who are convinced they no longer exist.
Someone who is suffering from Cotard's, unfortunately, will have this perception of being dead or not existing, and it's very, very hard for someone who's not in that state to even understand what that means.
People with Cotard syndrome can't rationalize themselves out of this new reality. It's a cruel and rare illness, but it's also a reminder that our sense of self is vulnerable.
If everything is working okay, then that's fine, but then these things can come apart. We are all kind of sitting on a knife edge in terms of feeling whole and complete.
It's a scary idea, and a lot of hackers and scientists are already frustrated by the limits of human perception. We can expand our sense of who we are by, for instance, putting on a mood sweater or wearing a virtual reality headset. But it's also possible to lose our sense of reality completely. And no matter how hard we try, turning into a cow won't bring it back.
I'm called a cow.
For Philosophy Talk, I'm Holly J. McDede.